Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, it's George from the Elvis Vinyl Guy channel. Today I'm doing a contest entry for ROCKBOY680'S channel. He wants your favorite records from 3 different decades. Man, this was a hard one. I don't really know. Basically, I really couldn't do that. I hope that this still counts. I mean, I've got like 3 favorites. Really hard to narrow it down. If you want to take the first thing I show you as my favorite, that's fine. I don't care. But 3 favorites, and then I've got some honorable mentions just to make the video a little bit more interesting. Because if I just held out, one record from each decade, that would be 3 records, and the video would be 2 minutes long. And I kind of want to make it a little interesting. So what I did was I picked 3 of my favorites, my top favorites from each decade. No, hands down, nothing beats these 3. And then I threw in some honorable mentions. So I'll just get started with what I'm doing is the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. And in the 50s, I go Elvis Presley's debut, LPM 1254. It's just a rock and roll classic. I may not take all of these out, but this is a beautiful record. It's got some spindle marks, it's got some wear to it, but it plays, believe it or not. If you saw the scratches on it, you probably would have passed it up. I bought it blindly on eBay, and it plays near mint. There is literally no background noise. Now, the cover's got some issues, obviously, but it's still a decent looking cover, and the spline can still be read. So I love this record. Let's see. Another from the 50s, I have the stereo and the mono, and that's Bobby Darin's That's All. I can't remember if this is his first or his second album. I think it is his second, but this is his best. I mean, this has got Mac the Knife, Beyond the Sea, Through a Long and Sleepless Night, Softly as in a Morning Sunrise, She Needs Me. I mean, on and on and on. Plus the song That's All, which is an amazing song. This is stereo, and I love this stereo. I've never seen that before. It's really awesome. And this thing is just beautiful. It's got the yellow harp label. Just sounds stunning. It's true stereo. It's really amazing. And here's the mono. Also on the harp label. And my third from the 50s would have to be Frank Sinatra Sings for Only the Lonely. One of my, hands down, my favorite Frank Sinatra album. It's on the color band Capitol. I think it's a second pressing. Sounds beautiful though. Always when you're shooting a video. And some honorable mentions from the 50s would have to be the Elvis Christmas album. Sorry, I know this is the 1964 version, I believe. But it's all I've got. But it was originally released in the 50s. But good album. And A Steady Date with Tommy Sands, one of my favorite new albums. One of my favorite artists. I've got 2 more records coming in the mail, and I will have his whole discography minus 1. So I'll do a Tommy Sands video once I get everything in order. And this is on the teal Capitol label. It's from 1958. Actually, this might be 55. For some reason, it's telling me I'm thinking 55, but surely not. Oh, well. Maybe so. I don't know. I'll have to get back. Or Jordan, correct me in the comments. I don't know. All right, so that's the 50s. This will be the 60s. Tall Tales and Short Tempers by Jim Reeves. My favorite Jim Reeves album. This is an original pressing from 1961 in the shrink. I'm not going to take it out. It's in a sealed sleeve, but beautiful record. If you're a Jim Reeves fan, Jordan, Liam, you guys need to find this record. It's his best record. This should have probably actually been first. I didn't have those in correct order probably, but The Doors, Strange Days. This is an original mono pressing. I don't know why that tag is in there. This is in the shrink, and this is a beautiful, beautiful copy. Sharp corners, still in the shrink. Price tag on the back. No, this one doesn't have it. My other one has a price tag. I have a stereo copy. It's got a price tag on it, but this thing is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. The original inner sleeve, I've showed this before. The original inner sleeve doesn't get used, and it has nothing wrong with it. That's whatsoever. No splits or anything. That's probably my favorite album from the 60s. In rock. Country, I could probably say, yeah, the Jim Reeves is my favorite. It's, honestly, it's the time of day you ask me. These records I'm showing you may not even be my favorite tomorrow, but they are right now. So, yes, Strange Days, The Doors' second album on Elektra Records, mono pressing. And the third would be Elvis's in Memphis, from Elvis in Memphis. This is the MoFi pressing. It's not complete, and it's got some water damage, but that's not what we're really here for. It is a mint vinyl, though, and it plays amazing. But absolutely love this record. Some honorable mentions from the 60s would have to be Raul Donner, Taking Care of Business, on Gone label. The Beach Boys' Pet Sounds. This is a dual phonic stereo. It does have the original Capitol Winter sleeve. That does advertise Beatles and the Beach Boys. Gotta love having these original inner sleeves. I looked for this album for a long time, and this thing just smacked me right in the face one day at a record store for less than $15. No seam splits, no nothing. Just beautiful. Cheap Thrills by Big Brother and the Holding Company, stereo pressing. This is a 2i. Modern Sounds and Country and Western Music by Ray Charles on ABC. And My Whole World Ended by David Ruffin, ex-lead singer of The Temptations, or one of the lead vocalists. He obviously wasn't one of the only one, but that is why he was ixnayed from the band, because of his drug use and his attitude. But unfortunately, he had a voice of an angel, and it was really evident on this album, which is an amazing, amazing album. Now for the 1970s. Ronnie McDowell, Live at the Fox. Hands down, probably one of my favorite records of all time. This is on the Scorpion label before he got traded, or before he got bought out by Epic in 79. Just one of the best live albums I've ever heard. His voice was so powerful. It's just absolutely amazing to hear this. Let me do something real quick. Then after that, I've got Elvis, That's the Way It Is on RCA. It's a Japanese release. Lulu, Melody Fair. That is on the yellow Atco label. Those are my 3 favorites. And for honorable mentions, I got Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Hotel California by the Eagles, Greatest Hits of the Eagles, Still in the Shrink. This is just a mint copy, which you never find. And Ryan McDowell's second album, I Love You, I Love You, I Love You. This is really a lot of Elvis sounding. They really wanted him to do Elvis. He wanted to do his own voice, but he had just released The King Is Gone. So they forced him to do Elvis, and all the songs on here sound like something that Elvis would have recorded. He wrote most of them, and it's just an epic album. That's what the back looks like. And once again, it's on the Scorpion label. Just solid. His first 4 albums on Scorpion are just must-haves if you're an Elvis fan, honestly. If you're an Elvis fan and you don't have those, you're really missing something out of your collection. It's just an amazing 4 albums. You don't even have to be an Elvis fan, honestly. It's just an amazing 4 set of albums that you really should have. Those being Ryan McDowell, The King Is Gone, Ryan McDowell, I Love You, I Love You, I Love You, Ryan McDowell, Live at the Fox, and Ronnie McDowell and the Jordanaires Tribute to the King. Those 4 albums are just absolutely amazing. Now, Ronnie McDowell and the Jordanaires, A Tribute to the King, is the Live at the Fox album, but it's all the Elvis stuff that they didn't put on the Live at the Fox album. Because the Live at the Fox album actually has really cool renditions of some awesome stuff. He does, the only Elvis album that's on here is Hurt, but he does Kiss and Say Goodbye, Tossing and Turning, 100 Pounds of Clay, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, one of the best versions I've ever heard, Just Out of Reach, Blue Moon, Sweet Inspiration, Delilah, I'm Hooked on the Feeling, and Hurt. And it's just an amazing album. Some great photos of him live. Well, that would have to be the conclusion of this video. I'll just say it to say it. If you're not subscribed to ROCKBOY680, go ahead and do it. I'm sure you are. I mean, he's got 2,000 subscribers now, but just an amazing channel. He does some great reviews, very in-depth reviews. He shows whole collections, which are 99% of the time are 100% complete. So just an amazing collection. DVDs, if you're a DVD fan, watch his channel because he's got an amazing DVD collection too. I mean, the guy's room will just make your mouth water. Go check him out. Keep rocking on, VC.